questions 1 through 10 on the 2019 Grade 8 AMC 8. Ike and Mike go into a sandwich shop with a total of $30 to spend. Sandwiches cost $4.50 and soft drinks cost $1 each. Ike and Mike plan to buy as many sandwiches as they can and use any remaining money to buy soft drinks. Counting both soft drinks and sandwiches, how many items will they buy? So of the $30, they want to divide that by the $4.50, and we want the integer value. Basically, the most sandwiches we can get. And the answer to that is 6. Because if you try to buy 7, the total will be more than $30. Okay, so then if you do buy 6 sandwiches, each cost $4.50, that brings you up to $27. So the $30, you've spent $27 on sandwiches. The remaining $3 you will spend on drinks, and you will buy 3 drinks, since they're $1 each. So you bought 6 sandwiches and 3 drinks. That's a total of 9 items, and therefore number 1, the answer is D. 3 identical rectangles are put together to form a rectangle ABCD as shown in the figure below. Given that the length of the shorter side of each of the smaller rectangles is 5 feet, what is the area in square feet of the rectangle ABCD? Well, they're saying that this is 5, the length of the shorter side. So that means this, from there to there, is 10. So that longer side is 10. So therefore this is 10, this is 5, and this is 10. So we have the dimensions. So the area of that rectangle would be 15, which is the distance from there to there, times 10, which is 150. So number 2, the answer is E. Which of the following is the correct order of the fractions 15 over 11, 19 over 15, and 17 over 13 from least to greatest? Well, let's convert these to decimals. 15 over 11 is 1.36. 19 over 15 is 1.26 approximately. And 17 over 13 is 1.3 approximately. So from least to greatest, least looks like 19 over 15. Then after that, 17 over 13. And then the greatest is 15 over 11. So that would be the order, and that is represented by choice E. Quadrilateral ABCD is a rhombus with perimeter 52. The length of the diagonal AC is 24. What is the area in square meters of the rhombus ABCD? Well, let's draw some lines. If you remember, the area of a rhombus is calculated as follows. It's the first diagonal times the second diagonal, and then you divide by 2. Now, the first diagonal in this question, they've already told you, is 24. So all I have to do is figure out the second diagonal, and I can get the area. Well, from A to C is 24, so that means that this would be 12 just from here to here. And this is a right angle. And then the perimeter, they say, is 52, so if each of those sides is x, then that means 4x is equal to 52. So x is 13. So therefore, I can easily figure out this guy, that distance using Pythagoras. Let's just call that y. Y squared plus 12 squared is 13 squared. And therefore, if you do this math, you'll get y is equal to 5. So that second diagonal is from there to there. So that would be 5 and 5, which is 10. So you'd have 24 times 10 over 2, and that is 120. So number 4, the answer is D. A tortoise challenges a hare to a race. The hare eagerly agrees and quickly runs ahead, leaving the slow-moving tortoise behind. Confident that he will win, the hare stops to take a nap. Meanwhile, the tortoise walks at a slow, steady pace for the entire race. The hare awakes and runs to the finish line, only to find the tortoise already there. Which of the following graphs matches the description of the race, showing the distance d traveled by the two animals over time t from start to finish? Okay, well, let's eliminate a few things. The hare stops to take a nap, right? So during that time, his distance is 0. He's sleeping. He's not moving. So this is consistent with that, so is that, and so is that. But this is not. This is showing that his distance is decreasing. This is showing his distance is increasing. So based on those two things, we can immediately eliminate choices C and E. Okay, so now let's keep going here. The next piece of information that's very helpful is that the tortoise walks at a slow but steady pace. So he's always going at the same pace. So keeping that in mind, we can eliminate D, because D shows that his pace is changing, whereas A and B show that his pace is exactly the same. Okay, so now we're down to A and B. Who wins the race? Well, according to the question, the hare awakens and runs to the finish line only to find the tortoise already there. So the tortoise wins the race. So that means the tortoise gets to the finish line before. So which one of these shows that? Let's just say that the finish line is represented by that topmost bar there on the distance. Who has the shortest time? Well, when you look at those graphs, this one is getting to that at this time, but that represents the tortoise, and then the hare gets to the finish line later, a larger amount of time. So that choice B is representative of the information in the question stem. So number 5, the answer is B. There are 81 grid points uniformly spaced in the square shown in the diagram below, including the points on the edges. Point P is the center of the square. Given that point Q is randomly chosen from among the other 80 points, what is the probability that line PQ is a line of symmetry for the square? The only lines of symmetry are either through there, or the diagonal, which would be like that. So you have to pick a point on one of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay, so in total, 32 of the 80 can be chosen so that the line PQ is a line of symmetry. So in lowest terms, this is divide top and bottom by 16, and you would get 2 over 5. Number 6, the answer is C. Shauna takes 5 tests, each worth a maximum of 100 points. Her scores on the first 3 are 76, 94, and 87 in order to average 81. For all 5 tests, what is the lowest score she could earn on one of the other 2 tests? So we have 76, 94, and 87, and we have the lowest score, we'll call that L, and then the highest we'll call 100, because that's the maximum. And if I set one to the maximum, I can get the other one to a minimum. And the average is 81. So I get the average, of course, by adding them all and then dividing everything by 5. So when you do this math, you get 357 plus x is equal to 405. And solving for x, you get x equal to 48. So number 7, the answer is A. Gilda has a bag of marbles. She gives 20% of them to her friend Pedro. Then Gilda gives 10% of what is left to another friend, Ehony. Finally, Gilda gives 25% of what is now left in the bag to her brother Jimmy. What percentage of her original bag of marbles does Gilda have left for herself? Let's just say she starts off with 100 marbles. She gives 20% to Pedro, so that means he gets 20. Then she has 80 left, right? Of this, she gives 10% to Ehony. So Ehony gets 8. And then now she has how many left? 72. And of that, she gives 25 to Jimmy. So 25% of 72 is 18. So that's how many Jimmy gets. So how many does she have left now? It would be 72 minus 18, which is 54. So she has 54 left. And 54 out of 100 is 54%. So 8, the answer is E. Alex and Felicia each have cats as pets. Alex buys cat food in cylindrical cans that are 6 centimeters in diameter and 12 centimeters high. Felicia buys cat food in cylindrical cans that are 12 centimeters in diameter and 6 centimeters high. What is the ratio of the volume of one of Alex's cans to the volume of one of Felicia's cans? All right, so A over F is going to be pi r squared h over pi r squared h, right? That's the volume formula for a cylinder. Okay, for Alex, the pi's cancel, so I don't have to worry about those guys. Let's just concentrate on the r squared h part. For Alex, it's 6 centimeters in diameter, so that means the radius is 3, and the height is 12. All right. And then for Felicia, it's 12 centimeters in diameter, so that means the radius is 6 and the height is 6. So that means we've got, if we do this, this cancels with that, so we get 2 over 1, and then 9 over 36, so 1 and 4, and these are multiplications. So 2 over 4, so that's just a half, so 1 to 2. So therefore, number 9, the answer is B. The diagram shows the number of students at soccer practice each weekday during last week. After computing the mean and median values, coach discovers that there were actually 21 participants on Wednesday. Which one of the following statements describes a change in the mean and median after the correction is made? So first, let's calculate the mean and the median based on these values, and these values are 20, 26, 16, 22, and 16. So the mean, I would add them and divide by 5, and when you do that, you get a value of 20. The median, you arrange them from lowest to highest, so 16, 16, 20, 22, 26, and then you take the middle value. So the median is 20 also. Okay, so now what we have to do is we have to change the Wednesday number to 21. So this is going to go to 21. And based on that, again, I have to calculate the mean and the median. So now, again, take these numbers, add them up, and divide by 5. And when you do, you get 21. The median this time, 16, 20, 21, 22, 26. So this time the middle value is 21. So it looks like both the mean and the median went up by 1. And that is represented by choice B for number 10.